terms the claims of the women. Should he resign?
Yes, I think he probably end up being prosecuted too. A woman should be presumed to telling the truth and should not be scapegoated and become victimized by her coming forward, number one. But there should be an investigation to determine whether what she says is true.
President Biden voicing support for the women accusing New York Governor Andrew Cuomo of sexual misconduct. It comes as many top Democrats, including Vice President Harris, remain silent on the matter. New York Republican Nicole Malliotakis with me now, and good morning to you.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
And to you as well. Will he hang on?
I don't believe so. I think, look, it's just a matter of time because the state legislature is proceeding with an impeachment inquiry, and I think that there's a lot of support to impeach and remove this governor simply based on not only his allegations, but the nursing home scandal. I think what's shocking is that the president didn't even address that issue, and I think that's the real issue here, and that's why I've called for him to resign, because of the mishandling of the nursing homes, the cover-up that went with it that was exposed by our New York State Attorney General, as well as the admitted cover-up that his own chief of staff said occurred. And let's also remind everyone that President Biden had appointed Governor Cuomo's chief of staff to be senior advisor for COVID at the White House, which I think is probably part of the reason why he's quiet.
Do you see the New York Times reporting this morning? They are reporting that there was a letter that was circulated trying to get women to sign on in support of him. The letter was not released. What do you make of that, if true?
Well, look, I think the issue is that organizations like National Organization of Women and many women in the state legislature who are Democrats are now coming forward little by little. You even see the Senate Majority Leader coming forward. The fact is that more and more individuals are finding that the governor has become a distraction. Look, the fact that the President of the United States is even talking about him, and 90% of the New York delegation in Washington have called for his resignation, shows what a distraction he has become, not only in New York, but in Washington. And right now in Albany, they are negotiating the state budget. The state legislature is seeking, to ram through a budget. The governor is talking about tax increases, $208 billion spending, which is nearly the same amount as the state of California, and despite the fact that California has twice as many residents. There's real ramifications here if they don't actually work together and try to find ways to cut corners and save taxpayer money. So I think that New Yorkers at the end of the day are going to suffer because the governor's become a distraction.
Two more points back to the Times story. They suggest that the governor's office was aware of a second accuser when they were putting this letter out there. Did you read into that?
Yeah, I didn't get to see the Times story this morning, but what I can say is we're now on the 7th woman that has come forward. You can question a motive of, let's say, the first woman or the second woman, but once there's 7 women, I think it's pretty obvious that something wrong has occurred here. And sure, there should be an investigation. There needs to be due process. But that's why I've always said that this is really about the nursing homes first, because there was clear wrongdoing there. There was a clear cover-up, obstruction of justice, and we know that the Department of Justice is looking into it, the FBI as well. And that's what President Biden should do, and ensure that these entities are going to be investigating without any interference. They need to do so independently as the Attorney General and the state legislature looks into the sexual harassment allegations.
Last point, 2018, 3 years ago, Kamala Harris and Elizabeth Warren went at Brett Kavanaugh this way.
I believe you. And I believe many Americans across this country believe you. How do you reconcile your statement about a conspiracy against you with the treatment of someone who was before this body not very long ago?
I am angry on behalf of women who have been told to sit down and shut up.
So to this point, they have been quiet. Why?
Absolutely. Because there's simply a double standard. We know that already, and based on everything that they do here in Washington. And I think that, look, they need to come out, they need to say what's right. And remember, this occurred during the governor, as a sitting governor. These are staff members that reported to the governor, and they should, at the very minimum, say what the president has said, that there needs to be an investigation. But the fact that they're silent shows just what frauds they are, and they truly are not champions for women.
Thank you for your time today. We'll stay in touch with you in your office. From a German to a Greek, happy St. Patty's Day to you as well. Thanks for coming.
Malliotakis today.
That's cute.
Right on.
President Biden is urging migrants not